Hello everyone and welcome to Jovian's very first YouTube crochet tutorial. I'm so excited you guys are here today. Today we're going to be making the super cute Peppermint crochet coaster. Before we jump in, here's what you'll need so you can crochet this cute peppermint coaster. I'll be using a 4mm crochet hook, but feel free to use any hook size and yarn size that you prefer. I'll be using a pink and white worst weight medium 4 yarn in 2 colors, my choice and your choice too. We'll be using stitch markers, a darning needle, and of course a pair of scissors. So feel free to use whatever size yarn that you want. I'll be using this brand, the Red Heart brand. I think that's what I'm using. I'm not sure. I'll put the brand up here. A quick note about the usage. You may sell the finished peppermint coasters you make from this tutorial, but please keep it in small quantities. No mass manufacturing allowed. Thank you for understanding. Before we start this video, let's start with a quick prayer. So let's bow our heads and let's close our eyes. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for today. Lord, please teach them how to have patience when they practice this hobby. And Lord, make sure that they feel seen and heard when they see this video come out. Lord, when this video comes out, make sure it doesn't have to have a lot of views, but it can reach the people out there that would love to have beginner-friendly crochet tutorials. Lord, teach them how to crochet through this tutorial so that they can know how to do this, so they can have a great time. But not only that, Lord, make sure that they come to you and we pray to you, because we want to have your guidance as we do this. Lord, thank you so much for absolutely everything. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen. And as always, I will be leaving the link in the description with all the crochet stuff you can get, and I'll also be leaving some timestamps if I can. And yeah, I just thought I'll share you guys with that. So don't forget that you check the description down below so you can check for the links for materials that you can find in Amazon or Walmart, but I'll be leaving the specific stuff that I use in the description box. Alright, now that we're all set, let's get started. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. So I'll be using my light up hook since I can't find my 4mm hook anywhere. And if you haven't seen the beginning, we will be needing scissors, darning needle, as you can see right here, and we're going to be using a yarn color of your choice, but I highly recommend that you at least use yellow and a color of your choice so it can look like a peppermint. But on this, I'm going to show you for the demonstration on this blue yarn, because the yellow yarn is kind of hard to see through. Black and white yarn is hard to see because you'll need like light or whatever. So for the demonstration, I'm going to be using blue as the white and the yellow as the color. So remember, white and the color of your choice. So let's get started. So what we're going to be starting with first is the white. So let's grab your white yarn, and I highly recommend the center pool because it will help you a lot with that, but you can use the outer pool if you like. So I'm going to try to find the middle pool. Alright, I found my middle pool. And people are afraid of doing a magic ring, but I'm going to teach you slowly and comfortably on how to do that. Alright, so let's begin with a magic ring. So I'll be teaching you my favorite way, which is the pointer. So let's go ahead, and you're going to first, let me show you. So you grab the pointer. So you slip the yarn in between, close it, and point it like a gun. So you're going to wrap it around twice, like a parallel line. So you see, it has two lines. Then in the bottom, we're going to shape it like an X. So let me demonstrate that again. Together, wrap it around once, put it in the pointer. Make sure you have some leftover tail, because this is called a tail when it's not attached to this yarn. It's like in the end, it's called a yarn tail. So make sure you have enough yarn tail so you can sew that in the ends, and I'll be teaching you how to do that too. I hope you guys got the hang of this, and I believe in you. So what I like to do is go through the bottom. So let me just grab that towards the camera. So you grab your hook. Let me grab my metal hook so I can show you from this demonstration. So you see that little crevice? Make sure that you see that little top, like the top of the hook. Make sure it's facing down, like completely away from you. You go under this. The first one, the first like X, the top of the X, you go down. The next one, you see that little crevice on the little crochet hook? You're going to make sure it gets, like, it pulls this, because that's what the crevice is for. So let me show you again. Under, over, pull it through. And as you can see, that's what it looks like. Now we're gonna twist it to your left, to your right, so like counterclockwise. So you see how like that's twisted? We don't want for it to be twisted like this, because that's not how you do it. You're gonna twist it counterclockwise. I think that's what you call it. And then the yarn that's going like under this, make sure you go over the first one and under the second one. You're gonna go under, yarn over, pull through. So the loop that is on your hook, you're gonna pull it to the loop that is on your right. So let me show you. And try to make sure you don't do it too tight. And that's how you make your magic ring. So I hope you guys got the hang of that, and if not, you can rewatch the tutorial. So that loop that is right there, that counts as your first chain. So I think I might use this hook for now, and then maybe later on switch to my light up one. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to yarn over. So let me do it again. Yarn over. Then pull through the loop that is on your right. You pull that left to the right. So let me show you. So when you yarn over, make sure you're not like going down. You're going like not down, but like you're going straight. Like you pull it, and as you pull it up as when you're pulling it through. That's a little trick I have for you guys. So that's 1, 2. So that 2 counts as the height. Sorry, let me repeat that again. These 2 is the height for our double crochet that we're about to do. So let me teach you how to do that first double crochet. Alright guys, so I'm back. So I just realized that I was using the wrong colors, so make sure that you use your first color. So for example, I'm going to use this yellow and then this white yarn, aka the blue one. Make sure you're using the color first and not the white. Sorry that I forgot to mention that to you guys. Even I didn't notice, but it's okay, we all make mistakes. So real quick, I'm going to show you real quick how I hold my crochet project. So I'm going to go through these 3 fingers. Then we're going to go behind the pointer. Then that's how you hold your project. But I highly recommend you do this as for beginners, even though it might tire your hand a little more. You cut so you put the yarn on top of the middle, then hold it like this. The ring finger and thumb, you hold it to the top of your project. So I highly recommend doing this for beginners, but since I'm not a beginner, I'm just going to be doing this. So make sure you can either hold it through this or like this, but I highly do it like this so you can like do your stitches in here. So again, I'm going to show you. We're going to yarn over this way, not this way, because that's not how you do it. We're always going to do it this way. Then we're going to put it, make sure that you put it in between these two loops. So as you can see, you go through the magic ring and you go through the tail end too. You're going to yarn over, pull through, then you have 3 on your loops. To make sure it's not like uneven, make sure like it's straight and not too like slanted. Make it straight, like completely straight. Yarn over and make sure for this double crochet you got to go through these 2 loops, not the last one, only to these 2 loops. So let me show you again. We're gonna yarn over, go through these 2 loops, through 1, through 2, perfect. And you are going to yarn over again, pull through these last 2 loops. And there you go, you got your very first double crochet. If you can do this double crochet, I bet you can do the entire crochet project, because it's basically by double crochet. The only stitch is double crochet. So if you can do this, you can do the entire project. I believe in you. So now we are going to get our stitch marker. If you don't have a stitch marker, you can use a paper clip or a bobby pin. But since I have stitch markers, I'll be using that.
So I'm going to be using this stitch marker.
So when your hook is on this project, pull it upwards. Make sure you have a big loop, because if you put it like this, like too small, then it's gonna be tough to like grab that, and you could accidentally undo your project like this that I'm demonstrating. So let me go back to my double crochet. All right, so make sure you pull a big loop. So I'm going to be showing you how to identify stitches. So you see this, like this is called the back loop, and this is the front loop. Let me just show you. So this is the back loop and this is the front loop. So if you go together, the front and back loop is one stitch. So make sure you're not like grabbing it from like this side, but you're grabbing it from the front. So let me show you that again. Let me get rid of this big loop here. So if you see another one, that's just the chain 2. The chain 2 does not count as our double crochet. So you go through here, and that's where exactly you put your stitch marker, in the beginning of your stitch. So when you're about to do the beginning of the stitch, make sure you do a double crochet and then you put a stitch marker, and it's going to be right here, and it's going to mark your very first stitch. I hope I explained that well enough. And we got to put our crochet hook through these 2. So I'm going to show you how to switch colors. You go through one, the front loop, sorry, and go through this stitch too, like the back of the stitch. So you see you have 2. So let me show you that again. Going through that front loop, then going through that back loop. Then you're going to grab your white yarn, which obviously I'm not going to use it because I just explained that white yarn is difficult for you guys to see, so I'm just going to show you through this blue yarn. So this is what I would recommend that you do. I would recommend that you make a slip knot, and I'm going to be teaching you how to do a slip knot. So you twist your yarn like this, you pinch it from the bottom, then you see this long one, not the tail end, no, not the tail end, the long one. You're gonna grab that middle. It's like a pretzel, so you grab that and make sure that your pointer and thumb grab through these two. The long yarn that's attached to the ball here and the tail end. So you grab like this, and that's how you make a slip knot. But I'm going to show you the most easiest way. So we are going to be doing this. So let me show you on the table. Let me show you. This is how I learned as a beginner. You make this. You grab the tail end, you push it here. Then you see that. You're going to grab it. And so that's basically what I just showed you, but in like in table formation. So to make it like a little bit like shorter, you grab this tail end, not tail end, sorry, the yarn attached to the ball. You pull it a little bit, but not too much. So make sure you're always doing it slowly. Perfect. Now let's go back to our crochet project. We are going to put our loop, we're going to put it inside the hook. Then I'm going to be holding this. Instead of the yellow, I'm doing the white. So I'm going to grab this tail end and this and tighten as much as I can, but not too much, to make sure you leave some room. And then you grab that white yarn and pull it through those two loops. And that is how you make the secondary color. So we are going to do another double crochet, and this is going to be a little difficult, but I believe in you guys. So you're going to yarn over, and remember what I showed you, just the middle and the thumb holding the ends. And usually we'll just go through these two, the tail and the magic ring, but we're also going to go through the yellow yarn that's attached to the yarn ball and the blue end, which is the yellow yarn. So you're going to yarn over, pull through. So make sure that you're yarning over under these loops, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through two, then we're going to yarn over and pull through the last two. Easy, simple as that. And if you need to rewatch that, you can rewatch that or slow down the video. So how to get rid of this loop is quite easy. So identify the one. So obviously it isn't this one because it's not attached. It's just, as you can see right here, it's not attached. So this, you're going to pull the loop. You're going to pull it, and you can pull as hard as you can, but not as hard as you can at the same time. And you can see right here that the loop has went away. And this is how you make your color change. And basically we're going to be redoing the same thing all over again. So we're going to make a big loop. And we don't need to add another stitch marker, because the stitch marker, the whole point of that stitch marker is to mark our very first stitch. Alright, so in total, for if you guys are just advanced and just want the pattern will be up here or somewhere around. And so for now, in this round one is going to be 12 double crochets. So one of them yellow, one of them white, one of them yellow, one of them white, until you get 12 double crochets. So if you're just a beginner, have no idea what I'm saying, don't worry. I'm going to be teaching you step by step, so do not worry, do not fret. So again, we're going to be doing like we did to the blue one, but instead of grabbing our other yellow, we're just going to be grabbing the one that is already attached through here. So if you have no idea what I'm saying, just give me a second and let me do the demonstration for you. So make sure that the top and the bottom is facing down. So let me show you. The front loop, make sure you grab that front loop, then grab through that next one. Do not grab the bottom ones because we don't need to grab the bottom ones, just the front ones. So as you can clearly see, it's attached to the yarn ball, so we don't need to do a slip knot. So we're going to grab this and we are going to yarn over. So let me show you again. We are going to grab the yellow one as we identified before. We're going to yarn over. As we were doing a chain, we are going to be doing like a color change here. So make sure you pull it through these two loops. So again, yarn over, pull through those two. Perfect. And again, I'm going to be teaching you how to do a double crochet again for a couple more stitches. Yarn over. Again, go put it inside the loop, not outside, inside. And make sure you go through all these little loose ends and make sure you have no loose ends left, because we're going to be crocheting them as we go. Yarn over, pull through, but again, we're just going to make it leveled because you can see how uneven that is. We're just going to make it leveled. But if you don't do it too much where it's like too loose, we are going to yarn over, pull it through these two loops. We're going to yarn over again, pull through those two loops. And you've made another double crochet. I'm so proud of you guys that you guys came this far. I promise you this is going to get a little bit more easier, but it depends for everyone. But for me, I think it's a little bit more easier. So we're going to make a big loop again. I'll be teaching you how to get rid of this loop. So make sure you do not cut it. You do not cut it. I repeat, do not cut these loops. All right. So as you can obviously see, this is not where you pull because it's not attached to the yarn ball. You are going to grab the one that's attached to the yarn ball, as you can obviously see. We're going to pull this, but not too tight. You see how like the loop is decreasing? We are going to, let me show you. So you're going to pull and you see that loop disappears. Perfect. But don't pull it too tight because then you'll be like a little bit like this, a little too tight. But this is normal when you do your first stitch. Alright, so let's go ahead and do one more and then we'll do our little break time. We are going to put our hook through the front loop and the other front loop. It can get a little bit tricky if you do the tension too tight. Then we're going to identify again the yellow yarn that's attached to the ball. So let me just try my best to untangle this real quick. All right, I untangle this. You're going to yarn over, pull through these two loops. Perfect. And I might go a little bit quicker, so I hope you guys got the hang of this. If not, you can rewatch these parts. So yarn over, pull through these ends and yarn ball, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the other 2. Then you make a big loop. Perfect. Now we're going to identify your colored yarn that you've picked. So mine is yellow, so I'm going to pull this, but obviously it's not this again because it's not attached to the yarn ball. So we're going to pull it a little bit to make sure that there's no more left. Perfect. And now so far, excluding this loop, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 so far, and we need to make 12. So I'm going to be doing this a little bit more quicker again because I think we all get the hang of it. If not, again, you can just rewatch it. We're going to do our break time. So let's take a break for a few seconds and then we'll come back to it. All right, we're back. So the whole point of these like little breaks is so I can encourage you guys to rest and relax, because you know, at the same time, we don't need to get it all done in one day. We gotta enjoy the process a little. So let's get back to our crochet peppermint coaster. So we're going to go through the front loop, as you can clearly see, front loop, then go through the other loop. Make sure you don't go through the bottom. So we're gonna identify again just one last time, and then I'm gonna continue this a little bit more. So this one obviously is from the yarn ball, but as you can see from this one, it's not, because it's not attached. So the yarn is going to go back to this yarn ball. So you pick your color yarn. We're going to yarn over, go through these 2. And then again, we're going to like tighten it a little. Then we're going to yarn over, go through the ring, yarn over, pull through, make sure it's not tilted, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through the last 2. Then we make a big loop. Then for the last time, I'll be going ahead and I'll be telling you how to get rid of this loop for the last time. If you still don't know how to do this, then you can rewatch the last couple of steps. So this, obviously, again, this is the end because it's not attached to the yarn ball. So we're going to be going here. So we know obviously it's that. So we're going to be pulling this gently. So if it's like that, just try to move this. We're going to be pulling it gently. Perfect. Because if you pull it too tight, it's going to tighten, as you can see. So perfect. Now I'm going to go a little bit more quicker. Again, through these 2. We go through the blue one. Yarn over, pull through. Then we're going to yarn over, pull it through these 2. Sorry, not through these 2, through these other loops. These other, let me cancel one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. These other 4 tails and yarn. You're gonna pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, pull through the other 2. Then again, we're gonna identify it, pull it. You got it. So, of course, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how do we count? So again, like I just showed you, these V's, we're gonna call it because it looks like a V. These V's is 1. So we're not gonna count the chains because that doesn't count. That's why we have a stitch marker in the first place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Now we are going to go through here. Okay, through here. Go through here. Yarn over, pull through these two. So make sure you do not make a big loop either, but just to make it small. So let me just make this a little bit bigger. All right, do that. Okay, ooh, this is a little twisted. So that's what happens when you're trying to do this project. The project will get twisted. So just make sure you expect that as you're crocheting. So you yarn over, go through these two, yarn over, pull through, make it even, yarn over, pull through two, then yarn over, pull the next two, and make a big loop. And then we are going to use this to pull the big blue loop, aka the white. Perfect. Now, right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need 5 more. So I'll meet you guys when I'm at the last one. Alright guys, so I'm on my very last stitch. So yarn over, pull through these ends and yarn, pull, then yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, pull through 2. So what I'm gonna do is, as you can see right here, we're going to pull that, but first we're going to make a big loop as we always done. Then you see that yellow or your color end, make sure it's not the this that's attached to the yarn ball, but the one that is like completely like in the end. So you pull that very, very tight, and that's how you complete your circle. So I'm going to teach you how to do a color change and a stitch called a slip stitch. So you grab this and then we just pull it. As you can see, the color yarn that you've picked. So let's pretend that you have purple and the very first stitch is purple, the one that is on this stitch marker. We're going to poke it through. It might be a little hard at first, but for me, I like to poke it through before I take off my stitch marker so I don't forget that that's where I'm supposed to go. So we're going to go ahead and use this to yarn over and pull through that. So we grab that. That's it. So let me show you again. You go through here, so mine's is yellow. We grab the yellow one that's attached to the yarn ball. We yarn over, pull through. Then we pull through the loop on our hook like a chain. Then obviously we need to make this tight. So what we're going to be doing is grab the white and we're going to tighten it as much as we can. because we have to make sure that you cannot recognize it as that stitch, because then for the next round you'll be confused by that. So make sure it's very small like that. Alright everyone, that's it for part 1. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I had so much fun making it for you guys. If you want to see what happens next, make sure you follow so you don't miss out for part 2. And if you really liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.